deal is this. Everything is not always just going to be laid out special and privileged just for your butt to be able to understand what you're looking at without you having to utilize some type of perception skills. Now, in this world that we live in right now, we all know that there's a bunch of hypocrisy going on, a whole bunch of evil doings. We got rape, slavery, oppression, drug addiction, all type of horrible things that done already went on. So we're not going to listen to no one try to tell us that some new people who done showed up with this type of advanced technology and been around forever, and no one can legitimately say anything has happened to them outside of perpetuated garbage that's coming from people that we know are guilty of being the horrible animals that they try to make these new people that done showed up out to be. So, on that note, I'm going to start this up and let this guy finish committing the crimes of lying on these people that they lie on everyone. Remember, I stole the bike. They always lie on all the people that's good. And I'm not saying this to be racist or anything. I'm saying this because people need to wake up and understand that we have a force of people on this earth that has dichotomized everyone and gave us all foolish propaganda, made us all suspicious of each other, and everything they say somebody else is doing, you always find them guilty of doing that. And it's the religious sectors of this planet. And they're going to be dealt with. Whoever don't like it, I don't care. Because I'm here to point this stuff out, and that's what I'm doing. So let's go. I'm just saying that the nerve of somebody to blame something on somebody else when you got your plate so full of atrocious acts and greed and you name it, murder, rape, lies, all of it, name it, you've done it. Genocide.
We're talking objects that look like space-age vehicles and planes. We're talking about objects that basically look like other entities. They can transform into a creature. They can transform into a ship. They can transform to even look like the implements that we have. They can literally transform themselves to disguise themselves as a car, as a plane, and as a lot of different type of objects. There's really nothing they can really do in terms of transforming. We do know that when it comes to the fallen angels, they don't have as much power as they normally would in terms of their transforming abilities, but they do have them at a very good length. So they're not totally depowered. And so a lot of them like to transform into ships. A lot of them like to transform into certain objects. A lot of them like to transform into basically UFOs, basically planes, basically other looking creatures. And sometimes it gets sporadic. Sometimes they kind of, from a lot of the transforming and using the powers that they use in our dimension, and it kind of weighs heavy on them. They can't always maintain it. They can't always maintain the form or the shapes that they take, and sometimes they go a little crazy in the atmosphere. And then sometimes it's caught on camera, where they're just like morphing into like a UFO and then a dragon, and then other types of forms of spiritual reptilian-looking, helixes, if you will, combinations of different forms. For instance, you'll see some transforming from a UFO into a dragon-looking creature and then back again, and then it disappears and then comes back again. And when it's doing that, what's happening at that moment is that it's freaking out because it can't maintain its form in our dimension, and they don't want to go back to the other dimension they just came from. So they try to struggle with it. And
if you see those round lights right there, those round lights right there is always a representation of a cosmic vagina. Even though they're a white light, what they're representing is a hole with the light in it where you can have opportunity. If you was in any circumstance where you was lost, if you saw a light with a hole at the end of the tunnel, you would definitely go for it. So what these lights are transferring to us is the whole communication system of I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the light. That's what they're saying to us. This other person is trying to take the true reality of our God creator essence and push it under the rug and continue to sell you dogma.
Sometimes when they come into our dimension, they're pretty set in their form or their shape, and they're able to maintain it for probably long periods of time before they end up dissipating, and then another group comes in. And so there is a weakness to them, but we don't have the weapons to really combat them, to tell you the truth. I mean, fighting them is like throwing sticks at them. It's not going to work. You know, you can throw a nuclear warhead at them, and that's not going to work.
No.
You can shoot bullets at them, and that's not going to work.
The reason why he knows you can shoot a nuclear warhead at them, it don't work, is because the governments of this planet has actually done that. These things come to the earth to deal with them and let them know, okay, they destroyed all their missiles underground. They destroyed all their going around underground and hide, underground dwelling, and making all these intruders that's hiding under the ground give up their installations and murdering them, taking them to incarcerate them or wherever it is they're going to deal with them, man. Mostly they're killing them. We see that. I showed you footage of that. I'm going to show you all this stuff. I'm going to show you the actual wars that I have seen on YouTube and took footage of, all right? Okay, along with that, we have the ground forces that's down here on the ground. You won't even know it. You be talking to one of them, and they all racist. They all race. They're white, black, everything. You know what I mean? And you would just think they're like a homeless person. They would be the people that you totally overlook, and you probably be rude as hell and honorary to them. And it all get written down, all of it. So we need to start waking up, get rid of the propaganda that made us all hate each other, get rid of all the materialism, start eating better, and stop listening to foolishness that tells you something this great, that has this capability, has to be evil. When we see on the ground with us, the people that live with us has made tanks, nuclear missiles, guns, dope, prostitution, slavery. If you want to look for evil, you do not have to look in the sky at these lights. You can just find it right here on earth.
Comes to the full spiritual beings, the full fallen spiritual beings. I'm not talking about their Nephilim children, who are another story, because they can morph too, but not as well as the fallen.
A Nephilim children story that to me is a lie. Okay, I'm not going to buy that either. I don't want to believe nothing about any of that. I'm going to accept my fact of being the created specimen of God that I am as a universal understanding of what they wanted, not somebody came here and tampered with me later after the universe made me and made me some type of hybrid. No, that's not true. That might be true for other people, but it don't apply to me.
Angels, the fallen angels, to understand them, they're usually balls of light, and then they have demons that can also appear that way.
Now let me show you the bullshit
so
too.
It's tricky identifying.
Okay, so these the balls of light they're talking about.
What you can do is, when you pay enough attention to them,
if
you spend enough time observing them, you start to notice how the demon lights are not as transformable as the fallen angels. The fallen angels are, they can basically transform within seconds and disappear within seconds. And the demons, or the spiritual demons, they seem to maintain a certain form, and then they're known to just basically dissipate a lot quicker. And so that's probably the only way you can tell on that end, when it comes to these beings. Aliens are...
I want to say that some of the ships that they make come out of the ground in the nighttime dissipate because of those ships having lasers on them. They shoot those things into small fragments. I mean, I've seen footage on YouTube where they shoot them up so much as to where you could see one of the light ships chase a piece and then make it explode again into even smaller fragments. I was like, man, these guys is really some serious. They have so much intelligence. They will position themselves around. I seen them do it with a meteorite on one foot. I got so many videos I've done. I can't go right to them, but one footage in one of my videos I did, the thing disabled a nuclear missile, and one of them they shot up a meteorite, and one of them they shoot up all type of other unidentifiable flying vessels that they have encounters with in the sky and just blow their asses into a million pieces. So when we have all this going on where we see these light ships doing that, and then look, here comes the stagnation. See, this is the bullshit where if the UFOs weren't flying around where you could see them, this would be really appetizing. And to some people it is going to be appetizing. But let me show you the garbage. Here is some white man that's so above his white woman, okay, that he have to be a fallen angel, that they came here to earth, and look, he's taking his woman now to ravish her and have intercourse with her, to make a super race of people. You white people, okay, I guess is what they want to say, is the super race of people, because this white man flew to the earth with these wings and started having the white women that was on the earth, all right, which were supposed to be the daughters of God, but they don't have wings, but he does have wings. Okay, see, this is the brainwashed bullshit, all right? This got everybody so ignorant on this planet. Now, if anybody should have had some wings and was flying their ass around, I would wish it would be the woman, because it would just only make sense. Even the fairies that you see in the cartoons are female, except for this guy right here. And of course, this is Greco-Roman, I'm sure. Okay, they fashion all this stuff in their mind to put themselves above everyone, including their own woman. And as you will see, you would never see anyone else in these sketches, because that's all they are, sketches. I'll take you to Africa and Asia and show you our shit's etched in stone. But this is a sketch, but everyone follows this because this sketch was forced on you through barbarism and religious dogma. But it's so patriarchal. It's nothing matrilineal about this. He has on clothes, he has wings, and he is the man. Look at her, just a submissive little white bitch that he gonna go in there and have his way with and leave her here to populate the earth with all of his blessed God white children. See, that's bullshit. It's so ridiculous. And you gotta be able to see through that, or you'll be messed up. You will. This is a total attack on the woman. She's naked and vulnerable, just like they like to keep her. And look how superior he is over her. You don't see no love. He's not carrying her. He doesn't have his wing wrapped around her to keep her warm, even though she's naked. Do you see what I'm saying? A true man will take this wing as big as it is and cover her up. You know what I'm saying? And try to keep her warm. He just shows you flat out his inability to have any type of affection for her.
Two types, aliens, is what people will know them, are actually fallen angels. And fallen angels have more power than people think. They're more...
I hate to point this out to you, but I have to. Hold on one moment. Hotel. Okay, this Asara. Well, you guys know. So, I'm not trying to pick on this, but I want to point things out, See, a lot of people get upset with me because they don't understand what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. But I'm going to try to share my objective with you guys and let you know what motivates me. My objective is to point out ignorance. What motivates me is the energy inside of me that was given to me only for one specific person. One specific purpose. I haven't got lost in this world of vices to get sidetracked with what my purpose of coming to earth was. I believe in my heart that I'm doing exactly what I promised my Creator I would do when I come here. It took me a lot of years to find that out, but I do know that no one just came to earth because you were privileged to come here. You had to make a deal with your Creator to come here. And your deal had to be that you was going to come here and change your bad ways. And the only way you can change your bad ways is not becoming a part of the bad ways of this planet. Now, what we're looking at here, this is blasphemy. This is bastardization. This is homosexuality. And this is straight up plagiarism of everything that's based on the conceptualization of a God world where everything is being eradicated. But this guy, there's no trees. There is nothing but him with some wings. Okay? And then that's the whole conceptualization around all spiritual knowledge today, is that the only thing that could bring you a connection with your Creator essence is through a mediator that fits this description of a white guy. But the thing is, you have so many different pictures, and this is not even Jesus, this is an angel, but you can see the synonymous connection with him being able to fly and all that. And then if you look really good, it's obvious to see the yellow hint of sunlight in that picture. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out because this is the reason why there's so much inappreciation of non-white people on the earth, and especially disapproval and hesitation to show reverence or divine acceptance of the female of all nationalities on this planet. It's because of this type of propaganda brainwash shit right here. And it's homosexual as hell.
Creative in their deception than people think.
Because he could have, listen.
Fallen angels like to pretend to be.
Okay, again, male, okay? Tried his best to put some breasts there, okay? All right? But you can see the biceps and the strength and the width, okay? All suggested male. With some gender problems for sure, but all suggested male. And then now watch. If I went back to the one we just left, which I won't, but believe me, the fact that he was naked in there, and right here he's not, just like this one had on clothes, that other one could have had on clothes too. There was no need for that, especially considering the fact that the people of the earth who are the true divine bringers of the light knowledge and would have been found in the sun, dressed, clad like that, would be the melanated people. So, again, plagiarization. Not to be mean, but just to try to repair the damage of the world so everyone can start understanding where we all got off track at. We all got off track. Someone's deliberate objective to put us all to sleep, to make us foolish consumers.
Aliens. They'd rather you think something different other than what the truth is. And then you have the Nephilim, who the Bible says were the children of the fallen angels.
Okay, now listen. This right here is pretty damn bizarre to me. Alright? I mean, I'm going to tell you the truth. It is. I don't know what to make out of that one way or the other. But I'm going to tell you something. I would not consider this to be a human species known as what we are. That head is just way too huge to be any type of considerate. I mean, it's a straight up anomaly if you don't want to know what I'm saying. You know, it's weird. I don't even want to try to touch on that as being a part of my genetics because I just don't see it. That to me looks like it is something that would have come from a whole different arrangement of aggregates. Similarity, yeah, and the same similarity between a truck and a car, if you want to know what I think. Different applications, but yeah, they look the same. Okay, a car is for carrying people around, a truck is for carrying cargo around. They both work off a motor, they both have tires. They look alike, but they are not the same thing. That's what I would say about this. Maybe there's another planet somewhere with people that live on it that has these huge craniums that came here to Earth one time and deposited remnants of themselves if they got dug up. This could have been 1 billion years ago. Who knows? Who cares? What I'm saying to you is this. The ideal that I came from that, I don't buy, because I believe that when our Supreme Creator made that species of manifestation of life, along with that, it made my species of manifestation of life. Similar, yes, but different. Because these things come to Earth breeding where people, we would have bigger heads than we have now. Or either we would have been smaller than we were now. But even the small pygmy people of Africa, I'm not far from that, which can show me a direct connection with a lineage of existing on this earth that has a foundation from ancient originality of being on the planet. I can show you that. This right here, I can even tell you that there's no way I can prove it as authentic. It could be something that they made. I can examine it. And then it comes from a bunch of people that I always have to have scrutiny about anything I hear from them, all right? After the brainwash about you never came from shit, you never done anything, you've always been a slave, and then I get up off my hands one day and start studying for myself and find out all the great contributions that my nation of people has contributed to the earth, and that should just say the whole human family, because that's what we all are. But when I say my nation, it's because of the dichotomization and the invent of races on the earth. I don't believe in races. I don't believe in that crap at all. But since it is a functioning ID, structural, almost archive of our planet, I have to abide by it too because so many other people do. In my heart, I don't want to, but to fit in and be able to deal with the masses of people when they explain what happened on Earth, you have to implement that because they implemented it for that purpose, to put themselves in and to put other people out. Straight up genocide and plagiarization.
You're going to get very caught up in it. This is also the same deal.
Okay, look at this.
Problems for them, and that there was more God that.
Okay, here we go.
Basically look like other entities. They can transform into a creature. They can transform into a ship. They can be mistaken as aliens.
Look at Jesus.
And so what we have, like in the time of Enoch, when
A white Enoch
was talking
Ain't that
about it,
something?
it very much confirmed that there was a time when these beings lived on Earth, and they came from a dimensional world, and they actually came, through portals, basically. Enoch saw them coming from another world, literally another.
These portals that you see right here, don't you remember you saw them in my camera when I showed you the blue circle? All right, all these portals is what I call cosmic vaginas, because that's what they are. They are birth and grave at the same time. Because see, when these things open up, spiritual energy came in as well as spiritual manifestations. And the spiritual manifestation is a manifestation of evil or good, because it all has to have spiritual energy. It's spiritual energy that made the formation, and it's spiritual energy that closed the formation. This uterus, or this vagina right here, is the conceptualization of all life, beginning and end in our universe. I call these cosmic vaginas. I would advise anyone that's watching this to go check out Universal Uterus, a shout out from Pure Potential on my Asara Satekara, my art page. The point being is that these colors, as you can see, is synonymous with the blue, the green, and the orange colors that's inside of my camera also. It shows you that life permeates forever. If you can see how these spiral colors all connect into this one center, and they all permeate like that and all become one almost, you can see that it says 3 became 1, and then 1 became 3. It's always like that, because you had a female who starts it off as 1, but she's actually 2, because the whole composition of the male must be inside of the female, for she births the male. So that 1 is 2, encapsulated in 1 on the pure potential point of the cosmic uterus here. From the nothing comes the absolute. So the female, without no male around to conceive or get her impregnated, can conceive through sunlight and push a man out to later get her pregnant so they can start an existence. Or the sunlight can push them both from the ground together out of the cosmic uterus to form an alliance on each other, as thou was constructed, thou was instructed, be fruitful and multiply. So the necessary tools were all brought together for that also. Along with any manifestation in life, you have to gather the materialism after the thought. The thought is the spiritual energy that induces the motion to develop the materialism. And the materialism is induced from the spiritual realm of thought that makes materials become available. That's how it works. From the nothing comes the absolute.
World beyond our world, and that has nothing to do with the solar system or the galaxy or how we would know the universe. This universe of there.
Okay, see again, the sun that they are looking at, this is real footage. You understand? This is not some type of enhancement, because you can look at the setup and see that it's real. This is an actual opening. You can see that with sun rays coming off of it. Look at this. This has got to be real. It's got to be real footage, because this looks like a ship, some type of big ship out on the ocean. And this vortex opened up in front of them. You can see they all came to the front of the boat. You see that? They're like, what the hell? And then we see these in the spiral formations that we see, and cosmic vagina, a shot off of pure potential. So this is our universe. Universal uterus, a shot off of pure potential. This is our universe showing us that the female ability to produce manifestations of life is the intricate function of all manifestation throughout all manifestations, which encapsulate the word universe, because the universe is a manifestation. Okay?
Is behind our universe, and they can open up doors, spiritual doors, basically portals that have spirals.
Consciousness. The spiritual doors that he's talking about is your level of consciousness that you can collect from your cognitive quest. Your cognitive quest decides and designs your ability to have an interaction with the forces of your universe. Now, if you're a person that has been studying and you know that you are comprised of the four elements, then you should be able to know that you should be able to put those elements at your command, because that's what you are made of. So now, if my mother and my father pushes me out as a union and a solo unit of them, which wouldn't be solo, but you know what I mean, I will be a manifestation of both of their spiritual energies encapsulated inside of my material existence, or my material encapsulation will be of their spiritual essence, which would be their spiritual essence that was given to the both of them from the sunlight that was given its information from its creator. My point being is that the spirituality of a person will design and decide what a person's actions will be. If you have divine actions enough where you can steadfast yourself and discipline yourself enough to eradicate a lot of the carnal enticements of the flesh, you will have a unique connection with the sunlight, with plants, with animals, and other people. Other people will even act weird to you, and it's probably because you will be weird to them. And the reason why is because no one should ever want normality. Ever. Normality is always an indication of control. All the time. If you are a person that's getting interrupted because of displaying your own unique difference, you need to question your environment. While we question our environment, let's look at all the shapes of our environment. You see the pyramids? Look. You see them everywhere, ain't they? Look at that. You see the woman's uterus? Right there? You guys do know that's what those are, don't you? They call them tombs in the old days. Look at them everywhere. That's what they are. Look at the phallus. The male phallus. Look there. Do you see that? Do you see how we have geometric designs and formations everywhere? No, that's definitely a pyramid. Look at that. You see? Now we, as a people, overlook the race of people that gave us this. I should say we overlook our existence as a family on earth that gave us all this knowledge to be able to utilize today, because we have been taken control over by a force that wanted to dichotomize us. And the best way to dichotomize any nation of people is to destroy the family. The destruction of the family of the African people that brought us this knowledge and stuff on this earth is the reason why our earth is in a state of decadence. Because when that family got destroyed, it got destroyed by a family that had already been destroyed, which were the Europeans. The European people had already dichotomized themselves between Protestants and Methodists and being Roman and being Greek, and all the different dichotomization strategies that was used on you guys is what got pushed through the rest of the world. But the knowledge that was given to the world by us is still being utilized, even though we're looked down upon as if we're not shit, okay? But you can see the same concept of, look at here, Tekanur, or what you call obelisk, see? Well, we stole it from a tree. We just got it from nature. The ideal of a tree always trying to reach the sun was the ideal of the earth being in constant sexual union with the sky. That's all that is. And you can see it everywhere. See, look. This is what you call sexual tantra. Tantra sexuality. See, look. Imagine And even the chimneys that you see on the side of the building, sometimes you know they go straight up like that on the side of the building. That's what all that is. It's scientific reenactment of how our universe works. And see, to show you what I'm saying, if you took this and moved it right here, and you could stick it right up in that coochie right there. See, that's what it is. This is what metaphysics is. This is what they didn't teach you in school. But all this stuff is important for you to know because listen, there's another portal right there. Can you see it? It's not as dark as this one. Or maybe that's my eyes. I see things that other people don't see because of my vibrations and my consciousness. But I really see some strange things on this earth. Some things I don't even talk about. You guys think I'm crazy. If you don't think I'm crazy already, your ass is crazy.
Shapes, and they resemble 666 shapes, and they.
Now you hear what he said? They resemble 666 shows. Everything that can make it be evil. And they drop nuclear bombs on the planet. And these things ain't never done nothing like that. But as you can see, there's the spiral again. I always tell you, I'm the Buddha in the spiral. Right in the middle there is where I'm at. That's me. Right in the center of everything.